how is this Spiritborn evading non-stop without Sepasonic and without the acceleration aspect, all while clearing pit tier 120? Most importantly, how is Rahir keeping up? There's been a lot of Eagle evade videos posted this past week, but a lot of them miss out on some key ways to make this build stronger. And even though I've cleared pit 120 with this version that I'm about to show you, that really means nothing, because A, the pit is very broken, and B, Spiritborn is very broken. There are so many crazy bugs making essentially every Spiritborn build way stronger than they should be. So keep that in mind, and hopefully Blizzard will actually patch things soon, because that'll change a lot in terms of how we gear up, etc. But now, onto my version of the build. We have no Sepasonic, we have no acceleration aspect. All we are relying on is our evade cooldown reduction. Onto the gear. Now take this with a pinch of salt, because as soon as Blizzard patches a lot of these bugs, things will change. And as I go through this gear, enjoy my speedrun of a pit tier 101 in a 2-man party. Starting off with our weapon, we have the redirected force aspect, which I had here before I even knew that it's giving us way more damage than it should. But anyway, we have the rune word that's giving us barrier for our legendary node as well. The primary Eagle Spirit Hall potency is an insane damage boost for us, so yeah, it's just this weapon is a million times better than Sepasonic. Onto our boots. This is where the magic happens in terms of the evade cooldown reduction. In terms of our pants, we are currently getting a bunch of resolve stacks. It's connected to the bug of our redirected force, which is the whole reason I'm using the interdiction aspect in our amulet here. 21% of block chance per resolve stack. So basically we can get infinite amounts of block chance percent. It doesn't cap at 100 for some reason. So the more block chance we get, the more crit damage we get from this aspect. So it's just a vicious spiral of way too much damage. Getting resolve stacks, getting more block chance, and getting more damage. So that's what's going on there. In terms of our gloves, we want Fist of Fate with 300% damage and ideally GA on the crit chance. On our armor, I just put whatever utility aspect gave me more DPS. And in terms of the helm, a lot of people struggle with this one. Loyalty's Mantle should be technically the best option here, but for some reason it seems to be competing with this temper, the primary Spirit Hall temper, so it kind of like shares the same bucket somehow. So Air of Perdition definitely comes out on top in terms of not only damage, but then, I mean, look at this. 54% crit chance. That's hard to beat. Amulet, of course, more evade cooldown. The rings, both of them, just giving us more damage. Spirit Hall, we're getting more resolve stacks from our secondary, and of course the feathers come from our primary. In terms of our skill tree, we're getting enough points to just get past these two. Ravager here is just to proc the potent passive. In defensive tree, we are getting as many points in Armored Hide as we can, because the longer it can stay active, the more block chance we get. Ties into the bug I explained before. Both counterattack and Scourge give us multiplicative damage boosts right there. And our ultimate, we are putting 1 point in intricacy to be able to use Armored Hide followed by the ultimate every single time. And that gives us like 3 uses of Armored Hide. It's very effective. And in terms of the key passive, I feel like it's 50-50 between Vital Strikes and Adaptive Stances for this version of the build. I don't really notice a damage increase in either of them, so up to you, but I prefer Adaptive Stances for more consistent damage output. In terms of Paragon, I start off with the Fulminate glyph to get lightning damage, which boosts the Convergence node, where we also have the Spirit glyph. And the next board is Drive, where we have Talon. And then we have Viscous Shield, which is unbelievably broken, giving us like 20 times more damage than it should, because it's based off of our base life, not our max life for some reason. Jagged Plume, helping our feathers grow tall and wide. Colossal, with all those resolve stacks we have anyway. This is an obvious choice. And then Sapping right there. If you have any questions, you might find the answers in the planner. Otherwise, just drop a comment below and I'll be happy to answer any of them.